Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com. This presentation of Texas Ticket on Lone Star Community Radio is presented by True Texas Solar, Solar Energy Systems. True Texas Solar is Montgomery County's trusted provider of turnkey solutions for your home.
Lone Star Radio on my mind.
Welcome to the Texas Ticket. This is Armando, and I'm with Shurrie Potts.
Hi.
Hyatt Conroe.
Hyatt Regency Conroe, yes.
Hyatt Regency Conroe.
Yeah, don't forget the Regency part.
Don't forget the Regency. That's where it should be.
It's the big boys.
It is. Beautiful place right over there at Grand Central Park, Conroe.
Yes.
And you can catch it off the I-45 exit there and turn around it. Great place. What's going on down there? What y'all got going on?
Well, we have some Valentine's stuff coming up. So 3-course dinner, $65. Bring your loved ones.
How romantic.
You can.
It's a beautiful place. I think that creates a lot of ambiance, and there's a lot of really cool things going on. We got the Super Bowl coming up Sunday.
We do have the Super Bowl. We also have the daddy-daughter dance.
Oh yeah, I'm on that. I'm on that list.
Yeah.
And we'll go over some of those and some details to all those things, as well as some of the things going on around town from the hand holders, Go Texas Parade, the anti-Valentine's events. Our single people still gotta have a life, and right now those couples are killing it.
I like my room.
They're showing us up out there. We gotta represent. So there's some ways to do that. We're gonna bring that up today. And one of the ways is our one of our guests today, a game changer, and we also have a place out. It's out by April Santa Clothier. Their name is DragonsGemz. Awesome
I've been to a
little
game changer.
shop.
It's really cool.
Yes. Also Stroll Wood Forest. We got Ben Houston on the show today. Now that's if everybody makes it. We hope everybody's here today. But let's get this show started. I've got Andrew Adams in the studio with us right now to tell us a little bit about the newest place in Conroe.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we're so glad you're here. Very glad. Tell us about a game changer.
Well, my partners and I, we're looking for something a little bit unusual and out of the box as far as something to do. And we'd all been in the restaurant bar business before. And when this property became available, we just didn't see it as just another restaurant. We thought something a little bit more novel that might check a lot more boxes for the community. And so we had this idea in the back of the head, and we'd seen this run somewhat successful in other places, some of this concept. But we were able to, I think, encapsulate having, an arcade with the bar, with food, and an entertainment space. So we check a lot of boxes, and that's really kind of what we've been fortunate enough to pull off.
A bar kegerant?
A bar kegerant.
Yeah.
I think you should probably trademark that.
Bar caterant.
That's fantastic.
Bar caterant.
I will say, moving here from Houston, I loved that you guys brought this here because there's a cidercade in Houston. I don't know if you've ever been to.
Sure, absolutely.
Similar. I like your style though better.
Thank you. Yeah, I still live in Houston.
Liquor,
yeah, and so yeah, and that works out perfectly. And we really we've all have a very in-depth background with the liquor hospitality industry. I used to have a few wine bars, and one of my partners were both sommeliers from the past, and we had a lot of connection with the Reserve 101 in Houston, Texas. My nephew was one of the owners of that, so our whiskey selection has really been ramped up here in the last few weeks.
And you've got the vault back there. What was the vault?
Right, yeah, the bank job, and it's becoming more of a whiskey house, right, a bank job whiskey house, and that's really kind of what the direction we're going. I'm a big fan of eclectic and esoteric cocktails, but we've also included that, but we're also, like I said, ramping up our liquor, our whiskey and single malt Scotch selection to where I think it's kind of be unrivaled in the area.
Metcalf, right? What's the
109 Metcalf, yes.
Okay, 109 Metcalf. And so I was told you get a band for $10. You can play all day?
Yeah, I mean, we really wanted to be a friendly place, and we done our homework on how to priced this out about as far as our size.
Did you know?
And yeah, you
Because
know,
I can
mean,
spend $10 on hoops in less
when
than
I
an
was
hour.
a kid, when I was a kid, man, $10 when I was a kid, the mall going to the arcade lasted me about 5.5 minutes because I was
And that was what-
horrible.
Yeah.
I was horrible at games. Yes.
That was a good 5 years ago.
And that was, I mean, yeah.
No, I was
yeah.
gonna say.
Don't.
It's a
Please
good
don't.
great
A little bit, yeah. But
Thing.
so for $10, I think it's a fantastic deal. I actually had a father walk up to me. He said it was his weekend with the sons, and he brought his kids there, and he came and got me outside and said, "I want to thank you
Yeah.
for making this place because I can't afford to go to some of the chains where it's sets me back $200-300 for an hour
Stop.
or two."
It's 50 cents a game.
Yeah,
you
or
know,
$2. I mean, there's some games like
yeah.
the Jurassic Park's $2 a play.
But I
And,
love that
you know.
there's no prizes either. So you're
Right,
just
you spend
playing
all
to
that money
play.
trying to get that little trinket that is just your kids spend $75 trying to look what I won, Dad, in a racer. Good job, son. So so I just think that's in the wheelhouse for making everybody happy, and we kind of liked it, and plus we have really good food to eat and 2 bars, and so that works out great. Our chefs from. Our chef was James Cole. He used to be the former chef, executive chef for Fleming's and Del Frisco Steakhouses.
And just so everybody knows, you're serving now. You got steak night. You've got Tuesday $2 beers.
Yeah.
$2 beers in Conroe.
It's $2 draft beer. You buy a wristband for $10. It's $2 draft beer. I mean, it's just we're trying to check. Big friends ride quick like, and like I said, James doing the steaks. There's nobody more qualified to be a steak night than the guy who was the head of who led the nation for Fleming's and Del Frisco's in steak quality. He's spectacular. We're lucky to have him.
I like the casual fare that goes all the way up into the a steak dinner.
I mean, we just you gotta. We have a lot of hand to mouth food because we got games that kind of hard to do knife and fork when you're playing track and field and Miss Pac-Man and things like that. So
and just so people know, the bank job, the room that we're talking about, is separate from the arcade. You're not here. It's not like at a casino, where you
right. Yeah, I mean the walls
It's
are great.
beautiful back there.
It's beautiful back there, but it's really kind of isolated and subdued and secluded, and it gives you a different environment.
Where you'd
it's a little
expect
more-
to have a
little
steak
more
dinner.
a little more intimate, and romantic. Yeah, and it's absolutely. It's unusual to have a place of like an arcade and then a place like that right next door to it. And we actually even have another lounge upstairs for more casual, relaxed drinking with our huge outdoor second floor
Great
patio.
place for like
Patio.
networking. I like the idea. I mean, a lot of times I go networking, it's the same people, and I'm like, okay, I already got everybody's card here, but if we had something to do together, we
It's
could
a lot
bond.
more fun. Yeah, it's a
real
team building.
bond.
It's a place. It's meant for team building. I tell you what.
Oh,
You
it's
talk
perfect.
about you take somebody over to the air hockey table, and the winner gets to do. He wins the thing.
All
So
I'm
it's a
gonna
lot more
say
fun.
is I beat Armando quite a few times.
Man, she's basketball.
Actually, we watched that. We saw that. We made note of that, Armando, that she did beat you. We actually filmed that. So.
I was off by 4 points the third or fourth time she let me.
It was a few
compete,
more points than that. I think
The first time it was horrible, but I think doing something's always more of a value than let's do something, because there's a hey, when we get a chance, give me your card, I'll give you a call. It's always about what we're going to do. This moment didn't even count in the sense that we did something, and so I think if those kind of engagements are held at your place. We're actually doing something together that we can look back on rather than think about the step forward. Absolutely. And I think that builds bonds that really lead to good business, not just.
I agree. I think for team building exercises like that and relationships and some marketing events, we've really been fortunate to check those boxes very strongly. And we booked quite a few of those already for the month of February and March. So.
I loved it. I thought it was really cool, and look forward to Tuesday $2 beers in Conroe.
It's doing
That's
well for us.
crazy cool. And I'm not just sitting at a bar on Tuesday just drinking a beer. I mean, there's stuff
to do. I mean, it's a great date. If someone asks, what do you want to do? Movie, dinner, movie. I mean, there's not a lot of putt places around anymore. That was always a great place for dates and stuff. But this is in that vein. You go there and for just $10 each, you're walking in for the next 2 hours. You and your date are knocking each other's about in air hockey and basketball and all the other games that we have there. We're more classic arcade centric, but we obviously have more contemporary games as well. So it's enough to keep you busy for 2 hours and gives you conversation. If it's a first date, this is where you want to go.
And it's a great
Yeah.
place, centrally located downtown Conroe. So if the date starts, leaning in a direction that you're picking up, hey, it's time to make a move. You take them to theater. You can take them to a show. You
I
can
know,
take
we're
them to
really
a concert.
fortunate with the location, and there's so
Or
much
next
coming
door
on.
to the bank
Yep.
job.
Yeah, there's just all kinds of great options that you're flexible. If I walk out, can I come back in with my band?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So we could
We're
burn it out.
We're the cool guys, man. We're the cool.
We could burn it
We're the-
out.
we're the-
Go down the street.
Come back.
Hey,
Come back, and yeah.
That's ideal. Yeah, what a great full evening of different things to do and keeping it fresh.
Okay, so wait. I know that there's $10 you pay to get in and play. I know that there's something about the kids. I'm gonna let you tell me.
Oh well, I mean, once again, in our undying effort to always keep everybody happy, we really wanted to follow the pattern we've seen successfully run, where after 8 o'clock. We have it just be adults only.
That's awesome.
We ask the kids to leave at 8 o'clock at night, so that gives them plenty of time to play the games before that, on like on Saturdays and Sundays and so forth, and Fridays. Because I know adults want to be there and you want to have fun, but when you don't have your kid, or say you have the babysitter that one night,
Yeah.
well, you don't want to be around a bunch of the kids
Yeah.
who didn't have that night.
Run
So
around.
this way, it evens up the playing field. And when it's an adult environment, and like say you were to lose to somebody in basketball, and you let slip some profanity, there's no kids to look around and wonder about. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Not that would happen.
Well, speaking
I'm just
of
saying.
of adult stuff, you've got something new to me, a burlesque show coming up, which is one of the main reasons we asked you to come in. And your
real
Valentine's
excited
agenda.
about that. So Valentina Jador is a local burlesque performer and entertainer, and she's been fortunate enough, been very successful, and we're bringing her up and her troupe over for a show called Follies, A Taste of Tease, on the 10th of February. It's kind of a pre-Valentine's Day show.
Okay.
It's a burlesque show with humor, music, wit, the fan dancing and so forth. It's a classic old Hollywood vintage burlesque show.
And I want to stop you there. Now, every year at some of these private clubs and yacht clubs, and the Walden Yacht Club is really famous for their annual Follies, the show, the Follies, and there are a lot of folks that have been seeing similar to style. I would assume. I'm not really sure, but man, what a cool concept to bring even more variation there. And when is this? Tell me what it costs, where it's at.
It's going to be Saturday, the 10th of February.
Okay.
We have two shows, one at 8 and one at 10. They're $30. Tickets are available at Eventbrite. The shows are 1 hour in length, and you actually, once you're in, and you cannot leave during the show.
Okay.
It's strictly 21 and up for that show.
Is there a minimum drink?
No, we're solid like that. And like I said, big fans of burlesque. It's making a huge resurgence, and we're lucky enough in Houston to have a nice, deep stable of people to bring up here, and we've got 4 of the best.
And is that
so-
linked to the Eventbrite page
Correct.
on your page?
Correct, it
Can I
is.
find
It
it
is.
there?
Absolutely.
Okay,
You
so
go
we
to a
can
bank job or Game Changer, you'll get linked up to that.
A Game
right away.
Changer. And I know, what's the website for Game Changer?
GameChangerConroe.com.
GameChangerConroe.com. Okay, and then the Eventbrite link's there, of course.
Correct.
Okay, now you had another Valentine's event I want to make sure we mention. I know.
Yeah, this is one that's close and dear to my heart. I used to have a wine bar called the Corkscrew, and every year, starting in 2005, we started doing it was for Valentine's, and so we had so many singles there, and they go, "Well, it's time for that horrible day." I said we should have an anti-Valentine's Day night, and that started way back when, and it just mushroomed into something just huge. So our anti-Valentine's Day parties were spectacular, and I'm looking forward to doing one here. It's just one where everybody is just like looking at the happy couples and going. Tss. So you come over here. I teach a wine class. My wine class is called Corkscrew You. It's an old wine education class, and but it makes it for fun. It gives something to do instead of just having a drink and walking around and mulling around. We have something you mull around with a cocktail while we talk, and then it's a kind of a mixer. I'm bringing in, and DJ Lotus is an 80s DJ is coming to play for free that night. So absolutely, one of the best 80s
And you'll be
DJ
surrounded by
around.
other singles.
I'm sorry,
And surrounded by other singles.
and you're surrounded by other singles.
This is
Couples
gonna be
also
at-
welcome, though.
Yeah, couples, but they
just
have
don't
to.
hold hands.
Couples can be there, but they have to act like they met there, and like it's a one night. Yeah, this is the first time. Yeah,
Like
they
a
can't.
disguise.
Yeah, some sort of kind of work it out
Little
to where
role
it doesn't.
play. Yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna go.
A little holiday
So we're
role play.
gonna act like we've never met before. Hey, what are you doing in a place like this?
Oh, yeah.
Things like that.
This is at a Game Changer?
This will be at a Game Changer this on Valentine's Day, Valentine's night, Wednesday. Yeah.
It's Wednesday, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to do it on the day.
All right.
And again, it's free to get in.
That's a free event?
That's free.
Dang.
You still got to pay the $10 for a wristband, but that's downstairs. Upstairs, It's a free event. You walk in, DJ playing. I'm going to do the wine tasting. You mix and you mingle.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Who's better than us? Come on.
GameChangerConroe.com. You got to check that out, Andrew. Anything else upcoming other than the Valentine's hot list? What are you doing for Super Bowl? You having folks over there? Sunday?
This is our first really kind of day of closing. So I think we're going to probably stick to our hours at 6 o'clock so that my staff can scramble out of there and watch the game.
Okay.
So yeah, we're open on Sundays from 12 to 6.
12 to 6 on Sundays, and you open at 4 during the week, right?
Correct. Well, on Saturday, Sunday days, we open at noon because
Saturday, Sunday,
we're
noon. Okay.
super kid friendly.
And what time do y'all close?
Midnight.
Midnight.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. I think the whole city kind of closes at that time.
Yeah, now we can stay up until 1 o'clock. Our license out permits that, and as we progress into the holiday season, to the summer season and spring, so forth, we'll probably extend that hour, an extra hour, as we get more development across the street as they're building more and more around us.
I love that. I love the economy of it all. I mean, I think, and then it really brings something worth doing. Usually if it's free, I'm in a parade, free to view. Like the upcoming parade, we have the Montgomery Go Texan Parade coming up. And what's the date on the Go?
The 17th.
The 17th, right here downtown Conroe. Yep. Of course, that's free to the public. You just come and observe. And those are fun, and I enjoy those. And immediately after the Go Texan Parade, we can just kind of
sneak on in.
Sneak on in.
Right there.
For free again, or a $10 wristband.
Wristbands again.
Wristband,
The floor is always going to be $10 just for everyone because that's obviously our main source of revenue. Yeah. So that's why we made it so economical because it is our main thing. The food and the drinks are just auxiliary to heighten the experience of being there.
So I could watch parade, game all day, drink beers, and have a steak.
And we have that second floor patio.
I can probably do that under $50.
Hey, April 27th, I have an incredible Elvis impersonator on April 27th playing my patio outside.
Who do you got?
Jordan.
Jordan's amazing.
Jordan's amazing. He's amazing.
I am
You're going to
a
be crazy not
good
to like Jordan.
friend of mine.
He's fantastic. So he'll be playing on my place on the 27th on that second floor patio outside. And he's playing for free just out to the street.
He just got an amazing new suit. He's been telling me.
I know. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
We'll probably do it at like 7:30, nighttime.
He's outstanding. Well, I look forward to that, and we're going to share some of your links underneath down in here.
Thanks so much.
Direct them there, and I want to understand you're going to start putting some of those venues out on Visit Conroe and GoLakeConroe and a few of the other pages that share some events and venues with the public here. And we'll look forward to catching those there and at GameChangerConroe.com. All right. Well, we'll be back after this, folks, with a bit more.
Thanks, guys.
Lone Star Radio on my mind. So won't you kick your feet up if you have a minute?
Texas Ticket is sponsored by True Texas Solar, Montgomery County's trusted provider of turnkey solar solutions for your home. True Texas Solar provides renewable clean energy services to residential homeowners seeking energy independence to reduce or eliminate electrical utility grid costs while utilizing government and manufacturing incentives for renewable energy savings. True Texas Solar can be reached by phone at 936-286-8325 or visit them online at www.truetexassolar.com.
Welcome back to the Texas Ticket Armando Shurrie Pod.
Hi.
And with us today we have Terri Derragon?
Derragon.
Derragon. But you're at DragonsGemz right across from April Sound on 105 West.
Yes, we are. Absolutely. We're a brand new store. Been there about 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And our last name, it does refer back to dragon. We've kind of got a little Spanish history in our blood, my husband's blood. And so, unfortunately, with that comes our name, Dragon. Well, my husband's part dragon anyway.
Well, you're in the right place, right up the street from Todd Mission there where the Texas Renaissance Festival is held every year. Mm-hmm. And a lot of enthusiasts come through there. And I went to the website. You have 800, 900 items on that thing?
Oh, if not more.
A great selection of really cool items. And you do, I don't know if they can see our dragon here. Here, my pet you brought me. I'll bring him up here. Oh, easy. See,
he might bite. Be careful.
Yeah, I should feel like I want to put him around my neck or something. But you made this, right?
Yes, my husband did. Yes.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It is.
He's a
really
3D
cool.
Yes, Dragon, and we have more of a selection in the store. We do anywhere from about 12 and a half inches to about 24. We have winged dragons. This one is a crystal dragon, very, very popular right now. We have a rose winged dragon, and the wings actually move. Besides that, we have fish, articulates, all articulates.
But you're
different
best known
colors.
as a clothier with
Yes.
swimwear for the
Yes.
lake area and keeping it fun
Yes.
with Renaissance style stuff or dragon stuff to match the
Yes.
name and the. But you're next to Ty Walk and Bubba's Beds, right across there, and I don't know what that center's called. I don't think anybody else does either, but I'm not sure that helps. But the Forsberg Law Firm's back there, I believe,
Yes.
and you're right there in that corner, DragonsGemz, and the store. I'm told it is just so economical. I don't know how to put that in the right. Affordable, yeah.
Yes, that's what we're based on. We have very contemporary and also comfortable, affordable wear for the area. We believe that you should be able to go swimming. If you lose your suit, oops, you can come back and
Yeah.
get a new one.
Well, I'm asking, make sure you talk to that microphone, otherwise you'll fade out on us.
Oh,
And
no.
I want to make sure they catch every word because my friend Stacy with Can You Dig It, and also a local photographer, Stacy Williams, she was in your store and came back and told me she bought like 5 or 6 items and got a walk at the end, got a discount and something like $75, is what it all cost.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
blew her mind, and we're just standing there going, no way. And they're super sweet. Were they just being sweet to you? No, it was on the tags.
Oh, we had such a
No,
good
it was
time.
on the tag.
Yeah.
She was very surprised by the pricing and with new items, really original made stuff. I mean, I'm living in that era still, but I'm told I'm
We're
the
all
only
kids at
one
heart.
there. Where those prices should be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll buy a soda for a quarter still, but that's not the reality we're living in anymore.
No, unfortunately. And
it
that's the
isn't.
other part of why we did what we did is because of the economy. The economy is not good right now, and we all know we're all pinching pennies. But you need clothes. You need clothes
Yeah.
for not only yourself, but for your kids. And, of course, everybody comes up here as Lake Resort vacation. Not always do you bring everything the right things that you need to wear. We don't want to be a boutique. We basically want to be that affordability store. You pop in, grab a suit. Hey, I love these pants. I like the jacket. Hey, let me get something customized as well.
I'm told all the ladies from April Sound are popping in there all the time, but they're not telling anybody. They're not going to share it, you see. They're like, thank you so much.
I was
They're
gonna
just sneaking out of there, It's like,
They told me they were going to tell. They were putting my cards up and everything. Shame on them.
Is it women, men, children?
It is. Yes, it is. I have
Everybody.
limited for the youth right now, but as we are growing, the development will be more plus sizes,
Okay.
more children's, more shoes. Just, as you start, you do what you do, and then you bring
Yeah,
it
of
as the
course.
community asks you. So we do a lot of, well, do you have this? No, but I can get it. So we do try to do the best we can for everybody that walks in the store.
be ready to get blown away by some of these pricings. I was surprised. And is there a difference between your online store pricing and your in-store pricing?
There is, but it's only because of shipping and handling. And
Okay.
that's where we're a little different. But there's no such thing as, hey, I'm a phone call away. Would you like to call me and I can fix it for you?
What's that now? What's the number that they call to reach you?
936-333-5035. That's the store number.
And the website for the
It's real
that-
simple. Dragons with an S and gems with a Z.
G-Z.
Yeah,
Okay.
.com.
So on the site you have the clothes and some items like this?
Oh
or
my,
you...
we have everything. It's more like an e-commerce store, so we happen to have more than what's in our store. There is things that I can capture in our store more so that you would need, i.e. pet clothing, more shoes, maybe a dress here and there that we may not have in the store. So there is more updated and
And
better.
you make stuff. You make your own shirts and clothes too,
We do,
right?
yeah.
You got a heat press or what do they call it?
Yes.
I don't know the name.
Yeah, and I don't sew, but at one time I used to. So you never know what I'll happen to do because we have some
Tailor
cute
my
little,
t-shirt.
Yeah, there you go. We have some cute little tunics in the stores for the girls. So you never know what
Do
embroideries.
you offer clothing branding? Like for my say an event comes up and I need 10, 15 shirts or something like that?
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, before I came here today, my husband had a request for somebody who is 75, and they have a 75-year-old birthday, and she wanted something on there stating that I'm 75, and hello, I made it. And so, yes, we do custom work. Also,
So you do the whole family reunion shirt?
yes, in
the
fact, we've had,
Joneses.
it's more like the cruise lines. I'm going on a cruise,
Oh,
so
wow,
there you
okay.
go.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Is it just apparel that you customize, or can you customize these things too?
Actually, with that, the way the 3D works, it would be hard. You could probably laser etch your name on the back of it, but we do laser etching that my husband has created cups. He does it on wood, and it's fabulous on wood. We've had a few pieces, a 2x4 that he's etched in tiger on it. Beautiful Bengal tiger, right? And then he took it on another piece of plywood. The difference is the 3D effect. It is the coolest thing I've ever seen. But he does that. He does metal. He does cups. I mean, we just got done
You've
doing
got
a
all the
bunch of
gear
cups
back
and
there.
coasters. We have fun.
Cups and coasters
Well,
and-
the whole thing is I've got to keep the dragon busy.
Yeah.
I can't make him hide in his den all day long. He drives me crazy.
He's doing that 3D modeling, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm always looking. I'm always in the market to look for different unique gifts for the Hyatt, because I give away a lot of stuff.
That's a unique gift.
I know, so I'm definitely gonna have to talk to you later.
Yeah, and I saw that little. There was one that was like blue and turquoise mixed on the Facebook page. I saw, and it was a little smaller than this one though.
Yes, that probably was the 12.5-inch one. And we also have one that's copper, and he's copper, green, and blue. And they're called a tri-roll, basically. So whenever you do a roll of this polyfill, it comes in about 3 different colors. So you can get a black, blue, purple. You can get a green, pink, magenta, green, orange. They just come out really neat.
Well, that's fantastic. What's the address at your store?
It's 15917, and that would be Highway 105 West. And we're right next to Ty Walk-In and Bubba's Beds, so I'll give them a little shout out. Great,
Cool.
Great people that we have there in our
like
center.
a Thai restaurant next door.
Oh,
Boy,
Yep.
that'd be fantastic.
Yep.
I can come shop and then go hit me some Thai on the way.
Yeah, everybody eats Thai first, then come shopping.
Yeah.
But you
Do
can't
it.
miss us. We have the big old dragon out front as well. We've got our little
And you
mascot.
made that guy.
I actually made the dragon as you come into the store. Our dragon was created by me.
And he's big.
Wow.
There's an inflatable, right? And then there's the branding you did
The
yourself.
branding that I
and
did.
some of that art you did, and that was like CGI stuff. And
Absolutely.
Super cool.
Yeah, thank you.
And other novelty items there, Lake Conroe stuff and things like that.
Oh
have been
yeah,
pulled
we
and-
have. We just got a shipment of beautiful etched Lake Conroe, and it's exactly Lake Conroe. They're about 30. I would say 30 ounces of stainless steel cups and mugs,
That's super
and
cool.
they're really beautiful in different colors. I don't keep everything. It's always got to be a variety for me.
Yeah.
You got to spice everything up.
Sure.
I mean, my goodness. Plus, come on in and get a free Tootsie Pop.
And your husband named Rich, right?
Rick.
I did get a chance to. You were in Postcards magazine, and
Yes.
we read that great article on you guys.
Thank
and I
you.
thought the story was so interesting. I wanted to kind of follow up and just give you a call. And we chatted for hours.
Yes,
and
it was
I
fun.
Enjoyed that.
Yes.
And then I went online to look at your website, and it was just so much that I was like, "This is super cool."
You were
know?
overwhelmed, were you?
No, I just
Okay.
thought it was so. Most folks don't have that time, or they don't put it together like that. And in the time you've had, you've been able to accumulate a good store. I mean, it's a good variety of
Thank
things
you.
in there that people can, peruse from clothing, swimsuits, swimwear, and get ready for this summer. The
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
spring's coming
it's
up.
coming.
It's time to get your suits. And is the inventory already in, or is it coming, or
No,
how does
most
this
of the
summer?
swimwear is in. The thing that I'm focusing now on is one pieces. We have very conservative 2 pieces, and more on the plus sizes. We have a lot of competition around here, especially when it comes to the lake and everything like that. And I want to make sure that I've got something for everyone.
Do
it's-
you? What other? I probably shouldn't ask that, but I didn't
Well,
really
I can
notice.
tell you, we
that-
have Speedos for men. Is that what you were referring to?
I have a preferred vendor.
I got you on that one, huh?
It's called DragonsGemz.
DragonsGemz. Speedos for men. Yeah, I think it's Julio's thongs for men.
It's that special gym.
That's that movie. What is it?
It's funny.
Shouldn't be talking about that. Okay.
You brought it up.
I did.
See, we always have fun at the gym.
You do, and I look forward to coming back out, visiting, doing a first peruse through everything you
Yes.
got in there. And I know you're liquidating all the winter stuff, so if you want to grab some of that stuff on your way
Yes.
through, you can grab those even cheaper than it's all more affordable.
Beautiful sweaters.
Than it's already affordable.
Yes.
You
I've got
know.
Judy blue jeans that are not Judy blue jeans at the store. They're blue turtles, but very similar, except the pricing. Pricing you can't beat at $25.
Yeah, I
Stretch women's jeans.
Yeah.
And Judy blue jeans usually run $50 to $70. I do have those on the website, on e-commerce, in case somebody wants the name brand. But everything pretty much is a lot alike. If you can get past that tag, we've got the same identical items.
And you've got
in
your
the
own
store.
unique items. You've got a good variety. Again, liquidating the winter stuff, bringing
Right.
in all that summer casuals and that swimwear. And I would make it your first stop. That way you can make sure you
Yeah.
got the best value. It's going to be real hard to go buy a...
I mean, I'm all about the dupes.
Yeah. Go buy your
tag doesn't mean
$200 one
anything to
down the
me.
street and get the $25 one over at DragonsGemz, GEMZ. And the website one more time.
It's DragonsGemz with a Z,
Gems.
.com.
Okay, and we'll put the link in the notes here, and we'll add it to the right. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, come on by and get a snapshot picture too. I've got a beautiful mural that's sitting up in the store. Come in, take a piece of clothing, put yourself in that lake that I've got
I got
there.
that planned already. It's on my schedule. That's happening.
With his Speedo.
Terri, thank you, and let Rich know. Thank you for the dragon.
will.
This is amazing. It's what a beautiful piece, and we'll definitely share it. Get some shots of that and me doing different things together through.
He
the...
just asked that you name him. He just really wants you to make sure that you name your dragon.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll do a name announcement. You know, like.
Like, what's an appropriate dragon name?
Well, you can't have red. That's already him.
Red?
No, he's Crystal
Can't be
something.
Pete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got to have a name, but.
Yeah, he is definitely Blanco all the way through.
There you go.
Folks, we'll be back after this.
Lone Star Radio.
Texas Ticket is sponsored by True Texas Solar, Montgomery County's trusted provider of turnkey solar solutions for your home. True Texas Solar provides renewable clean energy services to residential homeowners seeking energy independence to reduce or eliminate electrical utility grid costs while utilizing government and manufacturing incentives for renewable energy savings. True Texas Solar can be reached by phone at 936-286-8325 or visit them online at www.truetexassolar.com.
Lone Star Radio on my mind. So won't
Welcome
you
back to the
keep
Texas
me
Ticket. This is Armando and Shurrie Pod.
Hey.
And we've got a guest with us today from the new Stroll Wood Forest publication. Yes. Ben Houston, right? Yes, sir. Welcome to the show, Ben.
Hi.
I am excited to hear about it. I know a lot of folks are. Wood Forest is such an upcoming new community, and we're all, what's going on in Wood Forest, you know? And, you know, there's a lot of new retail and other places and some great dining establishments and some this and that has brought a lot of intrigue. And I think there's a new cantina down there and the new cigar bar and some other places that are, you know, when am I going to go there? And I'm like, well, usually I don't want to go there. There's nothing to do. Now it's like there's just and it's new. It's a news attractive. Tell me a little bit about Stroll Wood Forest.
Okay, well, most people are familiar with, some people are familiar with the N2 Publishing, okay? Stroll is the flagship arm of N2 Publishing. And the whole idea started just about exactly 20 years ago, was just to connect people in these communities. I don't know if it was for this reason, but, you know, you get into one of these really nice communities, and you don't get community included with that $700,000 home. You know, you walk in and you got, you know, you're waving to your neighbor and your neighbor's like, you know, whatever. And then you go up, you know what I mean? You go into a smaller community, it's like, yeah, we're having a barbecue on the
Yeah.
5th, everybody come out. So they really just wanted to connect these people. And so they wanted to do a publication that's different than the other ones that go out, that just really puts family on the front cover. And there are other ones that put families, but they just want to make sure all the content is from the community.
Sure.
And you use it to really engage with each other, have some fun. You know, we'll do a page spread every month on a pet. and we just put Sparky
Nice.
in there. Sparky was my pet when I lived around here. And we'll just say, Sparky, how'd he become part of the family? And just like, what's his favorite dog toy? And it's stuff that you just can't Google, I guess you'd say.
You know, and a lot of people, they pay extra for exclusivity. So, I mean, like Bentwater, I mean, there's a gate there for a reason. April Sound, there's a gate there for a reason. But, there are member guest drives. There are member guest golf tournaments. There's member guest pickle tournaments now, from what I found out the other day. Last week's episode, you can click back and find that. But they do have these things, that they, will... membership drives and things like that. And, our community's realtors move through these towns, and, all of our community services move through there in order to service the new upcoming community. There is a lot of services needed. And this would be a great place, I think, for them to advertise if they're looking to promote to the Wood Forest area. And I don't know of another way to have that intimate relationship with the community than with their pets, and in a magazine that's designed for them to read, and some articles and some real tangible reason to pick it up if I live there. If I'm a homeowner there, I'd love to have a reason like, hey, I can read a story about my neighbor Judith. Like a lot of magazines will have the garden section, and
Right.
As seasons pass, in Walden we've got the garden, and then we've got also our fishing stuff, lots of fishing and marina action going on, and local restaurants and happenings that service us, but this will be your first edition, right?
Yeah, first
in February?
issue comes out within the next 2 weeks. We printed them up
Oh, fantastic!
over the past few days.
So how do they get it?
They live in Wood Forest. They have brick, mortar, and soil in
So
Wood
you mean
Forest.
they get it in the mail?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
the answer? Okay. So they'll get it in their mailboxes there throughout the Wood Forest neighborhood. Fantastic. And so how do we advertise in it?
Well, you just reach out to me, or you
Okay.
can reach out to one of my ad design people. But if you find me on Stroll Wood Forest, with our Instagram at Stroll Wood Forest, Facebook.com/Stroll Wood Forest.
And we'll certainly put some of those links down for them to find you quickly. And I know that you have a Facebook as well, and just so new and just coming out of the box. I'm excited you made the time to come, Ben. I'm sure you're a busy guy right now.
Well, I just had an appointment with an AC guy. It's really, really small business. And I would say that when you have a very small business, you want to be extremely efficient with your marketing dollars.
Yeah, you probably have a small marketing budget to go along.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm talking like probably $300 a month is what he can do.
Yeah.
Period. And I would make the argument to start with something like this because, I am going to, I think it's like 4,500 homes right now, if anybody wants to do any of that. But it's about hitting the same.
I'm sure they
people.
do. I was meeting with a company, and I'll interject right there. They certainly do. It's not that big of a community. I mean, and I mean, it's getting there. I mean, obviously, when you're adding 45 new hundred homes, and then it's going to get to like 5,800 from it, right?
That's
5,600, something
and
like that.
they're already talking about an extension, and I won't go to the extension
Yeah.
because I would have to go to all my partners and say, "Are you willing to double what you pay me right
Yeah.
now for my printing costs?" But we're going to go to what is planned right now, which is in between 5,000 and 5,800. Should be done by the end of the year.
So I was visiting with the folks from Stainbusters, a carpet cleaning company that services our area, and I was like, "Well, what interest do you have in a home that's brand new? The carpet's already clean." She goes, "Well, there's a lot of other things that you can do to get these homes prepared, and their company can do. And you can reach stainbusters.org, stainbusters.org at 832-392-3040, and they can revitalize homes that you've lived in." And she asked me, she goes, "Have you ever had a wood panel floor or a tile floor?" I said, "Well, yeah, I'm like, places like that. How often do you sweep it?" I'm like, "Every single day." So how long do you think you have to live in that house? I mean, someone could actually do a 6-month lease or a short-term lease, or maybe just get in a home and turn it after just, having walkthroughs from the home, the open houses for however long it takes to sell it, and then have that home prepped and ready for the actual owner who purchased it, And these things, you'd be shocked. I mean, it's like a barn. I mean, I swear I blame it on the kids, but, I don't know.
How dirty
I
it is,
mean,
yeah.
constantly. But anyway, I think keeping with everything so fresh and so new, brands like to have that recognition because it has such a global interest. I mean, and I mean that over the Montgomery County and the whole community, and people who are watching the growth in Texas. It has an interest way beyond the neighborhood itself.
Yeah, but I like having the neighborhood magazine because that's such a niche part of marketing, so you could definitely tailor whatever your message is. You know, if you use your.
Yeah, I mean, if I could tell just a super quick story of how I got into this. I have a friend that lives in Carlton Woods, and when I moved back from Austin, I spent way too long there, and she wanted me to meet her family. She's been married since I seen her last, and I'm over at her house, and she has like a pile of Stroll Carlton Woods on her coffee table. So I'm just like, what is this? And she said, well, it's just a newsletter, but they do a really great job, and they'll put a family on the front cover. And then when I first moved in here, it's that story of like the house does not come with community built in. And she was waving at her neighbors and they weren't waving back kind of thing. I don't know if that's totally true, but she said she wasn't getting to know anybody. It was only like her first 3 months there, but she was getting this magazine and she would read the story because it's stories about people that live in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, nosy neighbor, right? And then they do one where they say, hey, remember those people we introduced you to last month? We're hosting them at this house this month. Just mark your calendars. So she told her husband, we're going to bring a bottle of wine and a loaf of bread and just see if we can make a friend. They made a friend with another family that had a kid the same age as their kid.
Cool. Awesome.
And next thing you know, they're going to other events and they're recognizing people at the grocery store. I remember her telling me that part.
Yeah.
And that's when she felt like this $2 million home, whatever, that's the average home price in Carlton Woods, was her home. And so she gave me the idea to reach out about doing one in Wood Forest. And at the time, this was about a year ago, I didn't even know about Wood Forest because I had just moved back and it was built while I was gone. And so I drove through and I was like, I love this neighborhood.
Old
It's
Fish
absolutely
Creek Thoroughfare, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just want to use some of the other names that
It's
goes
boots and
by.
blazers, and that's how I usually dress, except for today. But yeah, I'm trying to coin that, Wood Forest. Boots
And
and
I'll give
blazers.
you an alternate option, to making friends in your neighborhood, or at least feeling better as you drive through it. If you glue a coffee cup to the roof of your car, everybody will.
Wave at you.
Yeah, they'll wave at you everywhere you go. And it's such a great feeling. Really ego booster.
It really is.
No.
Yeah, I'm always waving back, like.
If I could put the tail end, if I could put the tail end on that story, which I just thought about recently, is that what my friend didn't realize reading these magazines is that the owner of the air conditioning company that she's seeing every day or every month in that magazine was at that event too.
Oh,
and so when she shakes his
Yeah, there you
hand
go.
and meets him, how much more likely, you said people just need a little reason to
Yep.
call you over somebody else.
Yep.
How much likely is she going to call that person? So that's the offer to the people just outside of Wood Forest that want to start cracking into that fortress. So we'll get you into the events. We'll
It's
get you
more
meeting.
intimate. It's personal.
No,
I
it's
like
very
that. And I think purpose-driven marketing is so much more effective than just putting an ad
Blanket.
in, just in the ad mag, and it's like, that's cool. But, but some aren't so open to general marketing, meaning they'll only use if you're affiliated or associated. Do you do any work directly with the Wood Forest Group?
Yeah, so the bread and butter is my board of residents that I
Okay.
meet with regularly. And they tell me, hey, I don't know where to go for solar. I literally had somebody say, I Googled 77316 solar, called the first 7 companies, and none of them could just have a guy come out and tell me what it would cost.
True Texas Solar can.
I will, and next time I know, I'll
They'll
say
come-
that.
And you know what? We were just talking about one of the things about solar that's really weird is if you had a company that couldn't answer the sales call, how are they going to answer the service call?
Right.
And if you had that same guy and you weren't aware that this software needs updating from time to time, it just stops working when it requires an update. So if you're not able to get these updates and you don't have a local company you trust, you might be in a disposition until you figure it all out. I mean, it's a 5-minute fix, tick, 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 and then
Yeah.
boom, you're updated. Thanks, bye. And I don't even think they charge for those kind of visits. I met with a lady the other day, one of their clients. They didn't even charge her. They just went by and updated, and it wasn't even their product. And they just went by and updated the lady, cancer survivor, and they just went and updated her stuff, and her meter started turning again, and it's like they just came and went, no, I'm not charging
But
for that.
how
I've been here
much
5
better would
minutes.
it be if she could have gone over and knocked on the door and been like, hey.
Yeah, she's
fix
like, you
it.
just come sit in the parking lot till we open. But that's True Texas Solar, sponsor of the show. So yeah, I'm giving another shameless plug, But they're
I'll
good
say this
people.
about True Texas Solar. I know nothing about them except that they're with you and they're also with my sister publication in Bentwater. But the fact of the matter is, since they're in that publication, I know that if they make a mistake, if they do half a job and run off with all the money, that person can go to the publisher of that magazine and say something. So there's a little bit of accountability with the
Oh,
people
sure.
that work with us.
As well as a retail store you can drive up to. You can walk into the lobby. So I think that kind of taking the time, calling 7 of them to take that deliberation, to figure it out, and to that procurement, the right folks to work with is is a process that some people have to take and should be taking, because no matter how you sift it, you're going to find True Texas Solar at the end of the day, But there's a lot of solid options, but I think local is always best, and I really like the local aspect to your magazine, and I like that it doesn't confine to simply a local advertiser. Do you take more than one of the same? Could 2 solar companies get in your magazine?
Yes, I actually don't do exclusivity. I will do caps. So I won't have more than 10% of my partners be realtors. Right now I have 32 partners and I have 2 realtors. So I could bring on another. I'm not really actively going after that because I feel like I'm pretty good there. But I don't want to have too many of one thing because I want my people to be happy and have long-term partnerships.
I don't even think you need to be good at it. Honestly, I think that you'll be sought out because the community is sought out and you're representing it. I think that in whatever way, and don't let me stack too much on that. I mean that with the concept itself and where it goes and who's reading it and who it applies to. I think it has the concept of enriching articles, and what I've seen from N2 Publishing in the past, that you see those actual real life stuff where the board of directors is influencing this the dialogue in some effect and what we're reading, and it is community based, it's community driven, and that's where you really want to be as an advertiser. I feel so when does every month it comes out? When are our deadlines? How often do I need to?
My deadline's the 15th of every month. So if you want to get in the March issue, we have to have everything wrapped up by the 15th of February. And then I will do finalizing touches on the actual production of it, and then it gets printed at the end of the month and delivered out at the beginning of the month.
And I've seen the rates; they're pretty affordable. You do 12, 24, and 36-month intervals, or something to that effect.
It's my first time to meet you, and you as well. But when we spoke on the phone yesterday, I told you I don't know if I said it this way, but I usually say my politics are local business, and most people know what I mean by that. But before I even said that, you said we're on the same team. You know what I mean? And I think we both knew exactly what we meant by that. By going local, there's like a team there.
Yeah.
I don't know how deep we can go on that.
It's like alumni.
Yeah, and so, we're battling against, kind of the simple ways of marketing and stuff that puts you in kind of the metaverse. That's as far as I'm going to go on that, okay? But we're doing something that's just like going old school, trying to do old school in a sophisticated, modern way. You know what I mean?
And we do a survey with our clients at GoLakeConroe. We do local marketing and media and social media support and whatever else they ask us to do. A dance, little moves, to get views, whatever they make me do. But, I think at the end of the day, one of the things they ask are for suggestions, and I do the same. So I flip the script and I'm like, what suggestions do you have? And they check these little communities of interest, so I have target markets.
Right.
Woodforest is checked every time. So that's why I'm saying I don't think there's all this salesmanship necessary to supporting a Woodforest-based community magazine. I think it's just long overdue, and I'm glad you're here, Ben, and I'm glad you have a nice-looking publication. Another one is just, it's pretty. It's like, what?
Well,
Is that it? Is that your only pre-requirement? It better look good. I don't want to put my stuff in a dirty-looking magazine. I'm like,
Hey, we crush it.
That's
in
it?
aesthetics.
That's it?
We really do.
pretty. Okay.
Well, I have a question, and I know you have to live in Woodforest in order to receive it, but if I'm looking to maybe advertise in it, how do I get a chance to see it?
Well, if you want to get on my email list, you can send me an email, ben.houston@n2co.com. Now, these are private publications. We get pictures of kids. We get pictures of families. So what I would do is I'd put you on the email list for like 3 months, and then you can get a copy in your inbox.
A digital
check
copy.
it out. A digital copy.
Sweet.
And I could send you a copy of the February one right now if you'd want to kind of see what it looks like. But I want to go back on, because I also didn't finish that one point of, we're promoting local. I have a lot of people that come to me that are interested in getting in this. I have told people no, and that's because I want to promote local business with this. And so my pricing could be a lot higher. And if my pricing was higher, I'd get people to take that bait. I mean, a house is worth what it'll sell for. But I want to make my pricing and all my structure so that local business can afford it and feel comfortable. And I also tell them, look, I don't think you should expect phone calls in that first 3 months. I think you should expect phone calls after they have seen you a few times, and then we have a digital component as well, and then meet you. And that's when you're going to start wrapping up. That's when you're going to start the fire. You know what I mean? Like, it takes time.
You know, I get you, and I'm gonna push my play and tell you to stay economical. I mean, although it'll go what it sells for, I can only borrow what the comps are in my neighborhood based on the neighbor's sale. So we keep it in perspective. And I hope you stay that way, Ben, because the prices are great right now. I mean, it's a great opportunity to jump on that and get you committed. Because with that mindset, I want to jump. I want to get that 36-month agreement. I want to sign it today, and I want to get in Stroll Magazine. You can find Ben Houston and his links below here. You can read all about it. You can catch the upcoming issue, and your deadline is March 15th.
February 15th, if you want
February
my
5th.
second issue, which will be the March issue.
That's by the March 15th will be the next month.
That'll be the deadline to get an April issue.
April, yeah.
Yeah.
So the 15th of every month, and let that better said. What are you doing for Super Bowl?
I have no plans right now. Well,
Really?
It's on a Sunday, I guess, right?
Kansas City, right?
Wait, are you? He asked if it's on a Sunday. Are you a football fan?
I am a huge football fan. I don't even know who I'm rooting for. It's you guys.
Kansas
cannot
City and the 49ers.
I know.
Las Vegas, and it's
Brock
in the Death
Purdy.
Star. The Death Star, downtown Las Vegas. Do you know this stadium?
No.
It's called the Death Star.
I
So
thought
I'm
it
a
was
huge
in
Texans
Kansas.
fan.
It's an alignable stadium, and they call it the Death Star in
Okay.
Vegas. And, there
I'm a
are
Texans fan.
all kinds of concerns going on right now about what happens here. And I pray none of it's
I
true.
think Taylor
and
Swift's going to
everybody's-
sell it out.
Everybody's safe. She will be there.
I
and,
know.
Oh,
it-
that's a good point.
Yeah.
all kinds of controversy going on around the upcoming. I
I like Brock Purdy. I like Brock Purdy. If there's any, like you said, you got to have
Yeah.
a reason.
Yeah.
I like Brock. I like what he stands for. So,
Well, I hope everyone
I
stays
usually
safe.
pick the underdog, but
And-
actually,
and
they're the favorite.
I'm predicting a Kansas City win.
Yeah.
And this is a repeat from 2020.
Oh yeah.
So we have a repeat. It's a flashback game. And again, there are safety concerns because so many people in the city, what comes to Vegas stays in Vegas, but in this case, it breaks the rules. So there's all these little weird things going on. I'm just saying, there's a lot revolving around this Super Bowl, and
Well,
got
the
my
last
eye
time
on
the
it,
Chiefs
but I want to
won,
watch from a
hey,
distance.
the last time the Chiefs won, we got COVID. So there's no way we
Exactly.
can do that again.
It happened almost immediately after the Chiefs game.
Yeah.
Chiefs won. We got COVID immediately following. COVID era began. So now here we are, a repeat.
Election year.
Yeah, election year. Taylor Swift, who
You got to root
supposedly-
for the 49ers.
supposedly has a big political influence swing wherever she would
Yeah.
suggest, but she's not making any. She hasn't publicly made any suggestions of any kind. But there's a lot of circulating about how this is way too controversial. Way too weird. Way too many weird things going on, and expect the weirdest. And so.
wanna
Prayers.
watch a
I
good
hope.
game.
I hope
Yeah.
the Lord's watching us.
I have
and
nothing
looking
against
after
Taylor
us.
Swift. I mean,
No, me either.
I don't like her music. I mean, if I'm in an elevator, it's not like I'm gonna get mad, but
No, I grew up
I
in
actually don't
gangster
like
rap.
Travis Kelce. I think he is the biggest tool bag. Can I say that?
Careful though. Kick us off, FM.
Sorry, Travis. Come at me if you have to.
What's your phone number, Ben?
936-380-0725.
0725.
I hope that was the one that you can call.
Yeah, it might be
The
a
work
good,
one.
good place for a big Hyatt.
That's
ad,
my
you
personal
know?
number. Don't call me after 6. No, I'm just kidding.
But I do. What was your email again?
ben.houston@n2co.com.
Got it. Well, Ben, thank you for coming again, and we'd like to invite you back later on. Well, I mean, I know this is brief, and I tried to keep it just narrow to because I know what our audience is going to pick you apart for, and they want the meat and potatoes. What's that guy saying? I can't understand him.
I get that a lot, actually.
But I think for simplicity, I think we covered what I think the biggest of interests are. But I'd like to bring you back for a follow up here, maybe in April after that April issue comes out, and bring us a couple of copies. Let us take a peek and rehash on how things are going, and you could tell us what's going on in Wood Forest at that point when you're better acclimated and made it your home as well, and share some of those things. But in the meantime, folks, you know how to reach Ben Houston now. Follow him there, check him out, and we'll be sharing some links down below. We'll be right back for the Punch Your Texas Ticket segment of the show.
Hey.
Lone Star Radio on my mind. So won't you kick your feet up if you have a minute? Turn your radio dial to the Texas Ticket.
Texas Ticket is sponsored by True Texas Solar, Montgomery County's trusted provider of turnkey solar solutions for your home. True Texas Solar provides renewable clean energy services to residential homeowners seeking energy independence to reduce or eliminate electrical utility grid costs while utilizing government and manufacturing incentives for renewable energy savings. True Texas Solar can be reached by phone at 936-286-8325 or visit them online at www.truetexassolar.com.
Lone Star Radio on my mind.
Welcome back to the Puncher Texas Ticket segment of the show. I need to make that in one word, so many syllables. Puncher Texas Ticket segment of the show. Depends on how you
It's a
say
lot
it.
of T's.
You can say a lot of things different ways, like let's eat grandma or let's eat grandma.
No, let's not eat grandma.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of different ways to,
Anyway.
Yeah, so this is the part of the show where we tell you about local happenings, local events, some shout outs, more shameless plugs for our friends and sponsors and supporters and people that help the show and help its progress, including Lone Star Community Radio.
Yes.
Now, you can, it's a nonprofit community radio station on 104.5 and 106.1, a host of shows, several programs. Feel free to contribute, donate. It's supported by people just like you. Yeah, listen. You can find them on I think it's irlonestar.com.
There
I
you
had to
go.
double check. It's right here on my
Yeah, right in
microphone.
front of your
These things
face.
are really cool. irlonestar.com, a 501c3 local nonprofit. So let's talk about the premier event, which is the Lone Star Throwdown coming to the Montgomery County Fairgrounds.
Ooh, I'm
Spectacular.
excited about this.
One of the best and biggest car shows in the state. And it is AKA hashtag LST. 23rd, 24th, and 25th at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds. And
March or April
February.
or February?
February. That is this month. That's happening. Of course, the Super Bowl February 11th. And
Sunday.
Kansas City's win over plays the 49ers.
Taylor Swift's.
And Taylor
plays
Swift's.
the 49ers.
And who knows what else? We have big concerns about that. All the Death Star. Who knows? Why would you
have
name
no
a
idea.
stadium called the Death Star? It's supposed to be really tacky. Really, it's completely black at night, and then it turns on, and it's like this high tech, super weird. You know, like that eye thing they have out there now. It's along those lines, and I don't know. I've heard a lot of crazy concerns, but we'll see. I think it'll be something to watch, nevertheless. Also, what do we got? We mentioned the Go Texan Parade, the
Yes.
59th annual.
Oh, is it 59?
Yes, that's correct.
Jeez.
Yes, it's a lot of them. And let's talk about
I have some things.
Conroe Valentine's.
Well, okay, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Okay, go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
So, well, and this is because I am shamelessly going to plug Hyatt, but also February 10th. Two Tones is having their Galentine's Glam and Glow. And
You get a
I thought-
VIP table for doing this?
No, I don't actually. I haven't even been yet.
Who's that lady
I
up there?
have not even
Shurrie,
been.
She knows everybody.
I planned Hyatt's little holiday party there. Anyway,
Oh,
and I didn't
cool.
get to go. So I
What?
haven't been yet. But they're having a Galentine's Glam and Glow. It's like a mini facial B12 shots, eyebrow tint.
When is this?
It's February 10th from 4 to 6, $30. I thought it was really cool for if you want to hang out with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
February 10th is also West Side Story at Crichton.
Okay. And you stole that
February
from my list there.
11th,
That's all right.
our good friend Dan Ennis is playing
Dan Ennis, really?
at the Crichton as well at 2.
The same February 10th?
February 11th.
11th. So Dan Ennis is going to be the great. Wow.
Yes.
He's super fun. I really enjoy hanging out with him. He remember he sang Footloose?
He sang a couple of songs, right? Mm-hmm. Also, the 14th, here's my shameless plug. Hyatt is having our 3-course Valentine's dinner. It's $65 for the 3-course meal, and then you can add $30 and get the wine pairing. And then also February 15th, we're hosting Chamber of Commerce Fun After 5. So you don't have to be a chamber member, but you have to be thinking about wanting to join the chamber to come.
Okay.
It's free.
Free food and some drinks in
yeah.
there, some hors
And you-
d'oeuvres.
Yeah, and you get to see the
Sounds great. And The Walden Yacht Club has one on Wednesday, a dinner there, and that's my home community, and
Yeah.
so I'm sure that if you can look and see, most folks know that it's happening there. But both of the venues we talked about were open to the public,
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. A lot of folks, like April Sound has one, but it's member only. And
okay, yeah.
I'd love to talk about Juan Lewan, Joshua Lewan's. He was here last week. He's such a cool guy. He's got a lot of cool events going there for the neighborhood and the folks there at April Sound and that are hopefully watching today. You can make sure you check with Joshua Lewan up there in membership. We'll get you the whole schedule on what's going on for Valentine's Day. And I know that he mentioned there was still some availability there. Jake Bush is going to be live at the table at Medley, and that is coming up on February 16th.
Oh, cool.
I thought that was pretty neat. Such a small, intimate venue to have such a country
Yeah.
superstar right there,
February 17th, we are hosting the Daddy-Daughter Dance.
That's right. That's right. I got 2 dates for that.
That's so cool. I can't wait to see it.
And she, Friday tonight, is going to the Montgomery Junior High School dance.
Oh, there's a school dance, too.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's a school dance. And, man,
She have a date?
no. She's 11. No.
Oh, so she didn't tell you she had a date.
I know. We're dropping her off and standing outside, and they'll be watching through the window.
Oh.
Watching. That's right. That's right. How old are you? 32?
Well,
I'm 18, sir.
I know we talk about local events, but if you ever want to get down to Houston and have a really cool Valentine's Day or Valentine's experience, they have this thing called Drunk Shakespeare at the Emerald Theater.
Oh, cool.
On Travis in Houston. And it's so cool. It's a very, very small little venue. It probably only holds about 30 people. And I think it's like 5 actors do a clip out of a Shakespeare play. But one of the actors takes 5 shots of whiskey immediately, like right when it starts. So he's kind of a little tipsy.
Gets him in the game, He just kind of keeps it
very,
unexpected.
very humorous, for sure.
I'm sure they practice,
Oh, they definitely practice.
every night. Like,
And it's
for
very
weeks on
crowd
end.
interactive, so it's fun.
The 5 shots helps getting
Yep.
more interactive.
Yep.
Now, I love me some Cannon Brand, and I love me some Justin Lane Gates, and they're both together doing this little song swap, and they work together a lot, so I don't know if what they're swapping, but they work together, and I've seen them play together, and I guess that's a song swap. I'm not sure what it means, but they're both going to be at the same place, table at Medley again. They're not a sponsor. I mean, I'm not plugged to do this. Y'all do know we're all volunteers here, and you can contribute to Lone Star Community Radio or the Texas Ticket Show at any time, and we're just here to support local businesses in the community, and Table at Medley being one that just so happens to have some stuff that cool stuff, yeah. And I got to put that out there, and you can check them out at our call them at 832-326-2289, and Justin Lane Gates and Cannon Brand. And if you like country music and you enjoy that kind of sound, some young country, and as well as old country, there is that raw old country sound with Justin Lane Gates. He's appeared on a show before and just shivers, man. I'm like, this guy is good. You got to go. I mean, you got to go to see that. I think it's like $15, or something like that. You can find out $15, $20. Just give them a call, see what availability is left. It's a very small venue, so you want to make sure you have had that opportunity to get in there. I think that's going to be a cool show.
Yeah.
Also want to give a shout out to BarshAuto.com, one of my dear friends, and they do towing, auto repair. Been here forever, and they do so much for the community. I think they helped put in all the cameras in the city of Conroe.
Oh, that was
Made a major contribution to support that. And when somebody was asking, well, why would you do this? Well, there's a lot of reasons why you do this. There was a young lady that was picked on the internet. She was like 11, 10 years old and got picked up in like Port O'Connor out there, and they knew she had left. They knew that some guy had picked her up, and they were able to track that vehicle and where it went. Otherwise, when it left the community, there'd have been no way they found them from those type of cameras.
Yeah.
And they tracked where he was going, the neighborhood he went to. They found the guy, and it was like, wow. Once they leave, it's kind of, man, this is a hard thing to do and getting your daughter back. Ask your Alexa, how many children went missing last year in the state of Texas?
Oh, no, I don't even want to talk about that.
33,000.
Yeah. If you've ever watched Sound of Freedom,
It's
very sad.
It is insane, and that's just Texas. That's in 1 year. And so when I think about making those steps and why would you do that, well, Because he can't, and it's the right thing to do. It'd just be the right thing to do. You can contact Barsh Auto at 936-588-2010, get a fair assessment of whatever's going on with your vehicle, and get that regular maintenance. Also, Hellcat Coffee, because we just want them to come back and bring us some more. I hope you're watching the show, Hellcat. We called you out. We need more coffee. Every day, every Tuesday, Friday. Come bring us some more coffee. Also, the Montgomery County Home and Outdoor Living Show is coming, and everybody's been talking about this thing, and I think this everybody is going to be at this. I've been people are building up a lot of hype about it. March 2nd and 3rd at the Lone Star Convention Center. Tom Tynan's going to be there. I'm asking if Tom Tynan will come on the show and visit with us. The man knows his stuff. He knows the best about what's going on in home improvement and has always been that legend in home improvement, quality products, doing things like that. The Nolan Ryan of beef, but you know what I mean? That guy, he's Tom Tynan. Man's a legend. He's going to be down there as well. March 2nd and 3rd. And this is a free-to-attend event. And the one reason I wanted to bring this back up, because we brought it up last week, was that I wasn't sure. But I'm 100% sure everyone's in free.
That's cool.
Everyone gets to come in free to come enjoy that. Come take a look, shop around, see what's the newest innovative stuff in home improvement. So what else you got? You got through your list already?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, well, I can always add. We're going to have a brunch and 2 settings for brunch for Easter and Mother's Day, both.
I love a good
like
Easter
what we did
brunch.
for
Buffet, or is
Thanksgiving.
it a
Buffet.
menu?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like buffet. And a fun fact I wanted to share. I know, kind of crazy, but a lot of accidents happen with completely sober people, right?
For sure.
There's nothing wrong with that person, but they're distracted, right?
Yes.
We did a look, and 55 miles per hour, if you're driving 55 miles per hour and you travel for 5 seconds without looking, that was the length of a football field.
Wow.
So you've passed all that, and you didn't get to see what happened. So keep your eyes on the road. We'd also like to give a shout out to Chapel Pressure Washing. They're, and one call, we spray it all. 936-520-8702.
Give Les a call. He's super nice.
Absolutely. What great people. And they've been doing a lot of work here in the community, meeting with a lot of folks. And I know that there was a big cookie meeting with Petty Eddie, the food critic, and
really?
Chapel Pressure Washing. I wonder what they're talking about. Let me be a fly on the wall at the cookie place.
Yeah.
Give me some coffee and cookies and let me hang out in the next one. And you mentioned West Side Story.
Yes.
The Windbreakers over at Do-Si-Do, February 15th. Mm-hmm. Sailing, take me away to where I can. Man, I can feel it already. Just the name, I know exactly what they're going to do. I got no questions on that event. I know what's happening there. The Boston Comedy Club, February 24th, 8 to 10 p.m. at Southern Star Brewery. Conroe Conjuring. And this is a reoccurring event. Magically reoccurring event. Shazam! You go to the Conroe Curring down at the Conroe Conjuring. The master magician, Scott Pepper, is going to be there February 16th. And that's from 7:30 to 9:30, and it's at the Owen Theater. Owen Theater. That's I'm going to put a little star there.
Conroe Conjuring.
See if it goes away when I look back at it. You never know. Man, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Well, some of the best time to make time to do some things for Valentine's Day is to say no. Sometimes you got to say.
I like that word. You don't have to.
Yeah, you just got to say no. It's like, hey, you think you can help us out with this? No.
Absolutely not.
You know why? Because I made a life choice that I wanted to spend Valentine's Day with my loved one, my family, my daughters at the daughter dance.
Yeah.
So saying no opened those doors to let me live the life I wanted to live. So choose it, pick your path, choose it. And thank you for choosing Texas Ticket today.
Yes.
And you can follow us at facebook.com/TXTicket. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Lone Star Radio on my mind.